Hola gente, muy buenas, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos, seguimos aquí en Black Mirror. Vamos a continuar, nos encontramos ahora mismo en la zona de la capilla, haciendo un poquito de tiempo para... Bueno, después de la cena habíamos quedado con la doncella Ailsa para ver qué nos cuenta. Gente, os dejo con el vídeo. Aquí no puedo, parece que el suelo está roto. Han levantado el suelo, las baldosas, y está como excavado. Aquí hay algo.
The place is crumbling. Not the safest spot to pray.
No. No parece. Parece que hay unos escritos.
Being the chronicle of the family Gordon, as laid down by Sir Drummond Gordon, the year of our Lord, 1413.
Local legend speaks of this particular glen as being inhabited from time immemorial. Enigmatic, elaborately carved Pictish stones stand as timeless evidence of this. As for the locals, they appear prideful of the counsel they delight in giving to visitors. Traveler, beware.
Esto es el tema que habíamos visto, que nos había dicho nuestro padre, bueno, en papel, de las crónicas bueno, sí, como el legado de nuestro apellido.
The Celtic peoples arrived in this place like a great beast, bringing with them the bloodlines that would eventually spawn the Gordon clan. Using their superior numbers, knowledge, and machines of war, they swiftly conquered the primeval Picts. With them, they brought too their religion and druid clerics. The magics these wise men used did shape forever the lands, even until this present day. It is said that the sempiternal burden our family carries rose at that time. 'Tis well recorded how the Empire of Rome did fail to tame the wayward Scots, that they did even raise a barrier to protect their mighty empire. What is seldom told is the truth behind their defeat. Our ancestors drew upon ancient powers to aid their victory, powers not easily fathomed by the fragile human mind. This aid did come at the greatest of costs, a debt as yet unsettled, a price we will continue to pay until the last Gordon passes to dust.
Ah, genial. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Que vendieron el alma o alguna cosa de esas?
O'er the centuries, we Gordons made the land our own. Others did bow to us, as we kept the secrets of Skahanduch, the secrets of the Black Mirror. Even as tragedy and madness did fester in our foundations, we held fast and steered the land through vile English attack and worse. In time, the Gordons and the land became one.
Y hay uno que está aquí. Vale.
Some pages have been ripped out. The only thing left seems to be some kind of family oath.
In blood we are bound to the land we protect, to the truths we alone may conceal. I shall forfeit my life, lest my clan should suffer. I shall forfeit my spirit to hold the darkness at bay. In blood we are bound till the day of the reckoning.
What on earth? Where's the call coming from?
Frío de repente. Está todo como mucho más iluminado. A ver, todo esto pinta lo que hizo nuestro padre, básicamente. Da la vida para mantener a raya la oscuridad de la maldición o alguna cosa. Dios, qué mal rollo. Wow, ¿qué es esto? Touch. Tocar.
Is this what madness feels like? It can't be real.
Queda de olla.
This looks like the bottom of a lake.
El fondo de un lago.
What are you trying to show me?
Está cayendo, parece, el cuerpo de una mujer. De hecho, se parece mucho al que vimos al principio del juego. ¿Por qué no puedo examinar?
She's not holding a baby, but some heavy object to weigh herself down.
Es un suicidio. Un objeto pesado.
There's a fresh wound across her stomach. The figure up there must be Edward.
Edward. Está arriba, sí. Se ve arriba. Pero aquí se puede hacer algo más. No debería haberme bajado. Quizá, a ver. A ver si aparece otra vez. Venga. ¿Qué es eso?
A note. I'm taking my baby with me to save it from this rotten family.
Find my child.
Au. Por poco.
Are you all right?
Vamos, 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 vamos. ¿Ya no o qué? ¿Y esta señorita?
Did you see her? She drowned.
Calm down, you're in shock. What were you doing clambering about in here?
If I told you, you'd think me mad.
Odd. That is just what your father said to me.
¿Quién eres?
What? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Leah Farber. I
Anda.
treated your father at the asylum.
The asylum?
Let's get you back to the castle and make sure you are all right.
La carta que leímos era de esta mujer. En el escritorio fue donde lo vimos, creo. Venga, hombre, no seas borde encima de todo. Manicomio.
What's this about an asylum?
As I said, your father was admitted.
Why? Who did that to him?
I did. But unfortunately, he managed to escape.
What? Hold on a minute. How dare you come in here and...
Told you? Your father was a madman. A complete and utter madman. Don't mind me. Please continue.
Qué absurdo es este tío. Madre mía. ¿Por qué está ella aquí?
What did you come here for?
I'm not sure your father's story is finished yet, and there are some things I still need to make my peace with.
¿John encerrado?
Well, what right did you have to lock my father up in a madhouse?
I was his doctor. I understand you are in shock, but you have no right to speak to me in such a way. I was trying to help him.
He's dead. Capital job.
Now, hold on just a minute.
¿Qué ha pasado ya?
Oh, Jesus! Oh, no! No!
No, tío. ¿A Elsa? ¿Qué? Habíamos quedado con ella después de la cena para que nos contara unas cuantas cosas. No puede ser. La única en la que confiaba.
Eddie, it'll be all right. Pull yourself together.
I suggest nobody else goes down there. We should keep the room intact until the police can get here.
I shall alert them first thing in the morning. What an unfortunate accident.
An accident? You think so? Just after the madman's son turned up at our door.
And yet you were the one standing over her body with blood on your hands.
Exacto.
How dare you? I was too late. I was trying to help her. She...
There, my sweet boy. Let's get you to bed. Angus, would you?
Of course, ma'am.
I think we will all benefit from a good night's sleep.
I know you may have no reason to, but I need you to trust me. I'm the only one on your side when it comes to your father's death.
Lady Margaret certainly isn't. But if I told you what I saw in the chapel, you'd have me in a padded cell, just like my father.
Exacto. ¿Por qué estás aquí?
Why did you come here? To make sure my father was successfully in the ground?
With all due respect, Mr. Gordon, I will not allow you to speak to me or about my work in such a tone. I tried everything I could to aid your father. Your father was heavily drugged when he was brought to me, to prevent any further violent outburst, or so Lady Margaret had said. But something felt wrong, even then.
Preguntar por John.
So, what was my father like when you locked him up?
I didn't just lock him up. I tried to help him. He was convinced he was carrying some ancient curse, that he was being haunted by evil. I wish I had reached him, had been able to reach him.
Maybe if I threw you a bone, you'd get off my back.
Obsesión con la historia familiar.
Father was obsessed with the history of the family for as long as I can remember.
Did your father actually believe his family was out to get him?
Who knows? I think what scared him was beyond the physical.
El antiguo mal.
He used to babble about a dark force threatening him and our family.
Was that why he moved you to India? To get as far away as possible?
I believe so.
Y ahora vas y
And
vienes.
yet, here you are, in the very place he sought to protect you from.
Who knows? Maybe there is an ancient evil in this place. An evil that drags us back no matter how far away we get. Even from the other side of the world.
And what do you think? Was your father right? Are there things beyond the physical?
Descartarlo por completo, esquivar la pregunta. Voy a descartarlo por completo para que también tenga esa idea de mí y no me tome por loco. De momento.
He was a disturbed man. He saw things that weren't there. Things like a drowning woman floating in thin air.
Claro.
If you really want to help me, then let us find out what the maid knew. She was hiding something, but was too scared of Angus and Margaret to tell me.
You think whatever she wanted to confide might be connected to her death?
Maybe. Whatever I saw in the chapel, it has to be real. It has to be. A woman must have drowned herself in the loch. Because if it's all in my mind, like father, like son.
¿Cómo podría descubrir algo del lago? Allí obviamente no va a haber ahora un cuerpo, digo yo.
We need to examine the maid's body in the cellar.
To find out who killed her.
To be sure she was murdered before we start pointing fingers.
Pero no, eso no lo dejas para la policía. Llévate el cuchillo, por si acaso. Madre mía. Examinar.
Rory's not one for cleaning up after himself.
No, desde luego. Rory es el único que no hemos visto, ¿no? El jardinero... Bueno, supongo que toca bajar. Vamos.
Angus will have the key. Unless we can find another way in.
El mayordomo tiene la llave. ¿Y cómo entro? ¿Puedo salir afuera? No sé ahora exactamente dónde tengo que buscar. Si tengo que buscar en el exterior, algo para entrar, o si tengo que buscarlo por la casa. Claro, el mayordomo estará en casa, no estará aquí fuera.
What is it?
I'll get you back.
Stop monkeying around. Come with me.
I'll come inside in a bit. Don't go. Can I just have a few
It's
more
not a request, Carol.
Don't worry. I'll be fine.
What's happening to me?
David? Is everything all right?
We should make haste.
¿Qué me está
We
pasando?
need to examine the maid's body in the cellar.
To find out who killed her.
To be sure she was murdered before we start pointing fingers.
Nos dice lo mismo. Bueno, pues en el sótano, ¿vale? El sótano no está por aquí, que yo sepa. A ver. ¿Podremos entrar aquí? Ah, Rory está aquí. Madre mía. ¿A qué hora pliega usted?
Nobody in this house is particularly chatty. Not even when I have an actual question for them.
Quizá debería de acercarme al lago. El lago era por aquí. No sé, estoy yendo sin saber. Hola, Spanky.
Oh, stunning. How curious. Come and look at this.
¿Qué quieres que vea?
Look, they form a clear circle.
This can't be a fluke.
Well, looks like one of the stones is missing.
A heavy enough stone to weigh yourself down with.
Una piedra para hacer de lastre. Y hay una X, sí, en una piedra aquí marcada en el agua.
Something's carved into each one.
Ah, ya estamos con los simbolitos. Qué bien.
I've never seen a rose like this before.
I have. The gardener, Rory. He brought some down from the glass house.
Igual sabe algo. Veo unos símbolos como una C, como un tridente, una X, un 7 al revés. Pero no hay nada más.
We need to examine the maid's body in the cellar.
To find out who killed her?
To be sure.
Que sí, que ya me lo han dicho. No puedo... Aquí no puedo mirar nada más. No. Echar un vistazo por aquí. No creo que veamos nada. Vale. Vamos a dar la vuelta. Voy a acercarme otra vez donde está el jardinero. Supongo que en la capilla. ¿Para qué ir otra vez a la capilla? O quizá al cementerio, sí. No estaría de más. Ahora sí podemos interactuar con él. Rosas, runas, rosas.
That's an unusual looking rose. I noticed one lying by the side of the loch.
Aye, that's been me. A flower for the flower of Scahandu, Cecilia.
My aunt? They're for her.
I grew 'em for her. She loved the roses, did Cecilia. No the red ones, though. Made her think of blood, ye ken.
Forgive me, but wouldn't it be more fitting to place them on her grave?
Why, she's no there, is she, laddie? That's not where she rests. And I don't much stand by your modern god.
Rory, what happened to her? What happened to Cecilia?
I'm not in the mood to open old wounds, laddie.
Sabe que murió en el lago. Y hemos visto como una mujer se ahogaba. Uy, 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 uy. ¿La tumba?
May I have some of the roses, Rory? I'd like to place them on Cecilia's grave.
What's she to you? You didn't ken her?
No, I didn't. But she's family. And besides, Father always spoke fondly of her. He would even smile as he talked about playing in the gardens with her as a child.
He did he? Aye, well, that's good to ken. I should have some left in the glass house.
Voy a tener que entrar. Le pregunto por las runas. Estaría bien, supongo.
There are some strange markings carved into the stones on the shore.
Runes, aye. I'm old-fashioned, I suppose. Still hold to the old ways.
Superstitions don't gain validity just by being believed in for a long time.
I'd watch that. Your precious science doesn't have all the answers, lassie.
I'll speak to you later, Rory.
Aye, I'm sure you will, laddie.
Vale, pues habrá que pillar esto aquí, supongo.
Sorry, lassie, but you can't go in. It's for family only.
Tú te quedas fuera.
Hold on a moment.
No, it's okay. I quite understand. You go ahead, and I'll wait here for you, if I must.
Aye, you must.
El viejo está a la que salta. Ya entro yo solo.
I know, it doesn't look like I have green fingers.
Vale. Pues no hay mucho, la verdad. Maña con las plantas es lo único que hay. Hierba.
These are dead as dodos.
Todo muerto.
Hard to raise anything beautiful here, ever since Cecilia's gone.
No, la que estamos viendo todo el tiempo es mi tía Cecilia.
Are these...
Aye, Cecilia's roses.
They're beautiful.
I like to think so.
But they seem to be the only thing that grows here.
Sí, eso parece. Podremos hablar con él, supongo.
Looking to break some more locks, laddie.
No parece que haya nada más.
Can you tell me about Cecilia? What was she like?
She was a lovely lassie, but She had more than her share of troubles.
Grandfather Edward.
You ken well enough, son.
You said she wasn't in her grave.
Aye, that I did.
Did she drown?
She did. Killed herself. Her body was never found. Now all I have of her is my memories. And they are not what they were. And this.
¿La corona? ¿Cuánto hace de eso? ¿Tiene las rosas intactas?
That is exquisite. Cecilia made this.
She made it, aye. For me. Girl must have cut her fingers 100 times doing it. On the thorns, you ken.
¿Qué acaba de pasar? Tocar. Vamos a ver algo.
You are unworthy of the name Gordon.
Get away from her, you coward!
¿Qué acaba de pasar? Muy bien.
You are unworthy of the name Gordon.
Get away from her, you coward!
Get lost!
You monster!
Who is that old woman? It takes courage to confront Edward like that.
¿Quién se está enfrentando a él?
The saboteur Edward used. They ended up in this corner. He scratched the word Baron into her arm. What a monster.
They lied to me.
Who did?
All of them.
¡Wow!
It's me.
Se me va la olla. Vamos. Anciana, infértil, Lea.
What just happened?
I could ask you the same thing. You started to talk to yourself. And then you were throwing your arms about like you were fighting something. I couldn't see what. You started bawling and the lassie came in to see what was going on. She tried to settle you, but you just went for her.
Anciana.
I saw an old lady. She wore a long, flowing dress. Her voice was strong, determined.
Sounds like Rosemary. She was Lady Margaret's mother.
Infértil.
Was Cecilia not able to have children? Did that anger Grandfather Edward?
Maybe you can see well enough too, son. Maybe you can. It wasn't her, it was her husband. He was the bother. Couldn't, you ken?
I think so, yes.
Aye, well, Edward blamed Cecilia for it. For picking the wrong man for her mate. You'll be fine, laddie. You just need some fresh air. This place can get to ye.
Mal rollo de sitio. Pues tampoco nos hemos aclarado demasiado, ¿no? Con el tema este. Bueno, ahora sí hay rosas. Solo hay esas. Nada, nos vamos. Echar un vistazo al objetivo. Investiga la muerte de Ailsa. Tenemos que seguir con lo que sigue. Vale, esto ha cambiado el diario. Pobre Ailsa, intenté hacerme amigo suyo. Y sí, al hacerlo he sellado su destino. ¿Es el primo Eddie el culpable? He sufrido más sueños despierto. De nuevo, el niño me guía a la tumba de mi tía, Cecilia. El niño, Johnny, es mi padre de niño. No me atrevo a especular acerca de cómo podía saber qué aspecto tenía por aquel entonces. Mi padre a menudo hablaba de la locura, la tragedia y el asesinato que plagan la historia de nuestra familia. Estoy convencido de que Ailsa ha sido víctima de esta familia, igual de lo que fue mi padre. La crónica afirma contener respuestas, pero ¿puedo creer la existencia de una maldición? En Black Mirror, un artefacto antiguo cuyo poder se usó para echar a los romanos. Y luego está la doctora Faber. ¿Puedo confiar en ella? Su llegada justo en ese momento parece una coincidencia demasiado conveniente. Vale. A ver lo que nos dice ahora, por cierto. Saber si hay pruebas. ¿De qué? ¿A qué te refieres? Ah, vale.
The secateurs should be... Here they are. How could I know? This seems awfully accurate for a forgotten memory. The crack is right there. Edward was furious. Seems like him and great-grandmother Rose didn't see eye to eye.
Vale. Entonces estaba con la suegra. Rosemary. ¿Hay algo más? No hemos visto nada más por aquí. Aquí quizá debería de haber. ¿O eso es todo lo que necesito? Igual.
Trust your instincts, laddie.
Vale, ahora ya nos dejan irnos.
David, are you all right?
Podría preguntarte lo mismo.
Am I all right? I should be asking you. I'm so sorry I hurt you. I don't know what happened.
Don't worry. I faced much worse in the asylum.
She's tough. I don't think it's possible to face her. Sorry again.
Maybe don't leave me outside like a naughty puppy next time.
Yes, quite.
Cecilia.
I think that Edward may be responsible for the death of my Aunt Cecilia. Not directly. She drowned herself in the loch. I think that Edward drove her to it.
Old families usually have a skeleton or two in the cupboard.
Yes, but my family has a graveyard full.
Sí, eso parece.
I feel like the madness that runs through this family, through these walls, is starting to seep into me too.
I can help you, but you need to open up. You need to start talking to me.
You would not believe me if I told you.
Stubborn, just like your father.
Dejar la conversación.
Whatever secret this family is hiding, it's costing lives. Cecilia, the maid. My father. God knows how many more over the years.
Bueno, supongo que el objetivo...
We need to examine the maid's body.
Exacto.
To be sure.
¿Por qué me he quedado aquí pillado? ¡No fastidies!
I feel like the man...
I can help. Stubborn.
Whatever...
Vale, aléjate de ella, que te atascas. Te hace body block. Entonces en sí no voy a poder ver nada en el lago. Aquí no hay nada. No me fío de hablar contigo, muchacha. ¿Puedo entrar?
I have to thank you again for coming to my aid in there.
I'm glad I found you in time. Thankfully, Mr. Harrison had made an educated guess as to your whereabouts.
Así que le preguntó al abogado. Que no hay nada que ver. La puerta al sótano estaba cerrada. No hay otra manera de bajar al sótano. ¿El montaplatos llegaba al sótano? ¿Que hemos entrado por aquí? Sí. Estamos en el comedor. Vamos a esta sala. Esta es la sala de la foto familiar. Donde está esa chimenea.
If you'd just like to wait out here, sir.
I need to speak with Eddie.
The young master and her ladyship are otherwise detained.
Señora. Soy el propietario.
May I remind you, this is my house?
May I remind you that it is not yours yet.
Apartarlo quizá no es lo mejor.
Fair enough. There's no doubt about his loyalty, nor with whom it lies.
Exactamente, sabemos a quién es leal. Voy a echar primero un vistazo por fuera. Cualquier otra cosa que podamos investigar, ahora que al menos sabemos también dónde están todos. La casa está libre. Esto daba al hall. Vale, aquello daba al salón, esto a la biblioteca y esto a la cocina. Veníamos de aquí. La biblioteca estará... Es que no sé si el abogado... No te alejes, que necesito la luz. ¿Puedo hablar contigo o no?
We need to examine the maid's body in the cell.
To find out who killed?
To be sure.
Todo el rato me dice lo mismo. Pues aquí... A ver, la cocina estaba aquí. Va a ser lo último que voy a mirar. Ya voy a darme la vela. ¿Usar? ¿Para bajar abajo?
I think I might have an idea how to get into the cellar, but I'm not sure you'll like it.
If it involves this filthy dumbwaiter, don't even think about it.
¿No sería femenino? Prometiste ayudar. No puedo hacerlo solo. Venga, no puedo hacerlo solo.
I can't fit in there, and I see no other way into the cellar.
You're asking me to put a lot of trust in you, given the circumstances.
Confía en mí.
You can trust me, and I will do my very best to learn to trust you.
All right then. Clothes can be washed. Lovely.
Madre mía.
Pull me back up.
¿Qué? ¿Está cerrado? ¿Qué medias más chulas lleva?
I need something to open the doors from the inside once I'm down there.
Necesitas algo para abrir. Pues a ver, yo tenía un cablecito que lo saquemos de aquí. Examinar.
Rory's not one for cleaning up after himself.
¿Puedo pillarla?
This should do it.
Ah, vale. ¿Eso qué es, un pinchahielo o qué demonios? Objeto añadido. Cuchillo de desayuno. De estos que no cortan ni el agua.
If I'd have known to leave the dumbwaiter open, we wouldn't need this now. Can't live on ifs, though.
Vamos, muchacha.
Going down.
Good luck.
See you in a minute.
Dr. Farber. Is everything all right?
Va solo, supongo que irá a la puerta.
Leah! Oh, if anything's happened to her.
You needn't worry about me. I've been to stranger places than this castle. Follow me.
Se las apaña. Vale. Se supone que está el cadáver aquí, ¿no? Ahí está. Vaya tela.
What a horrific way to die.
Her neck's been broken, and with some considerable force, it seems. Her necklace looks like gold, albeit a plain design. And it's missing any form of pendant.
Still, well beyond a maid's salary. It...
Where's that
Your
sudden draft coming
stag is
from?
here, my little doe.
Little doe. Not exactly the usual way to address the staff. Her clothes. He ripped a seam open. The missing pendant. He threw it into the blood-filled basin.
We're all here, sir. All down in the dark. We're... Something's coming. The attic, sir. She's in the attic.
¿Al
What
ático?
just happened? You look like you were in some kind of trance.
Perhaps the lack of sleep is affecting me. Or the visions that you'd think me insane if I described them to you.
I know you're holding out on me. I am on your side, remember? I thought I'd proven that to you already.
Perhaps I'm misjudging her.
Your father wouldn't speak to me either. Please let me help you.
Or not. I'm not a patient. I'm not a madman.
Igual deberíamos de contarle cosas. ¿Qué hay aquí?
They seem to be a house full of carnivores. The seam really did rip when she tried to get away from him.
Ugh, that's horrible.
You're not the one with your hand in it. French. I don't speak French.
I do. It says for Clara, forever yours. Who's Clara?
I don't know. Yet another relative, perhaps?
We should ask someone who's been around here for longer.
Clara.
How did you know it was there? The pendant, I mean.
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me. A hunch. Eddie gave this to her. We should ask him to his face just what his relationship was with her.
This isn't another ghost story, is it?
Look, you wouldn't understand. I can't...
What I do understand is that we could not accuse a man of murder without proof.
Ahí la has dado. Aquí abajo no sé si habrá algo más. Un fastidio, totalmente, que no... Hay fallos con la traducción. Pero tiene toda la pinta que vamos para el ático, ¿eh? ¿Ha dicho ella está en el ático? Buenas, Bender. Vámonos. A ver, colgante.
The maid could never have afforded this. This is a trinket of the rich, not a servant.
Exacto. Y ahí está el...
The maid could never have afforded this. This is a trinket of the rich, not a servant.
Clara. ¿Quién es Clara? Tengo que hablar con él como sea.
If Eddie really gave her that pendant, he might be her killer, and I might not be losing my mind.
Exacto. ¿Clara?
Mr. McKinnon, who is Clara?
The lady, Clara, young Eddie's late mother. A box with some of her belongings are kept in the library, as Master Eddie feels himself more a Gordon than a Mallory.
Deberíamos ir a la biblioteca entonces, doy por hecho.
There's no doubt about his loyalty, nor with whom it lies.
No podré decirle nada.
Once I found out what really happened to Father here, I can finally talk to my family and staff about some lighter topics.
Pues nada. Con cuentagotas nos dan la información. Vamos para la biblioteca. Dice que hay una caja con cositas de... Esto da al salón comedor. Entonces... Ven aquí, necesito luz. Examinar.
The belongings of Eddie's mother.
Esto. Vale, aquí tenemos algunas cosas, una foto.
Recognize that?
The necklace. Is that...
A young Eddie and his mother Clara.
Echar un vistazo a todos los alrededores. Solo hay 2 notas, ¿no? Vale.
Thank you for your last letter. My heart soars with every word of yours I read. I touch the ink and imagine your fingers are just inches from mine, that we can almost touch, that I can almost feel the warmth of your skin once more. Young Edward grows more like his father each day. You'd be amazed how he shares your looks. I long for the day that this terrible war is ended and you return home to us, so we can be a family once more. I shall write to you again soon. Know that until then you are always in our hearts. Your loving wife, Clara.
The date. She was writing this when the death notice arrived.
Víctor. Se fue a la guerra, el padre de Eddie.
I regret to inform you that your husband, Corporal Victor Mallory, number 874511, was killed in action with the enemy on the day of the 14th of September in Ypres. Your husband was involved in an advance against enemy lines. While he and his fellow soldiers fell, the action was successful, and you can take comfort in knowing his sacrifice saved many lives. It was not possible to get his remains away, and he was buried in a soldier's grave.
Wow.
Please accept the condolences of all the company. Yours, Captain Arthur Jones, 4th Army.
Nada más. Vale. ¿Podré hablar con ella?
You see? The necklace was his mother's. He gave it to the maid. The maid.
Algo tan
You're
importante.
right. We need to speak to him about this. But how could you know this? I can't help you if you don't tell me.
Cousin Eddie might be a murderer. How I draw my conclusions can wait for now.
Puede esperar. Vale. Hay que hablar con él, pero no nos van a dejar. Vamos. Vale. Mostrar colgante. Mostrar colgante. ¿A quién se lo muestro? Se lo voy a mostrar al muchacho.
Eddie, I need to ask you about the maid. About Elsa.
You didn't know her.
I know that you and her were... That is to say, I know you had feelings for her.
What? That's poppycock. You're as deranged as your father was.
David, really? You go too far with this behavior.
The police will be here soon. Would you not prefer to clear this up before they get here in case they link Eddie with a crime?
Now look here, young lady. How dare you speak?
Tenemos pruebas.
That's enough. Eddie.
Cervatilla. Colgante. Claro, le muestro el colgante, saben que he estado ahí abajo.
My little
Cervatilla.
doe. Strange thing to call the help.
How? It was just harmless fun, that's all.
¿La ropa?
Her clothing was ripped, as if someone was trying to force themselves upon her.
I would never have hurt her.
No queda otra.
You gave her this. It was your mother's.
I did. It was.
Eddie!
I was just trying to cheer her up. She has nothing, and I had no need of it. You know she sends... You know she sent most of her money home to her grandmother.
You're a worthless liar. You think she thought being pressed against a dead animal was harmless fun?
How do you know? It's true. Elsa and I would never have laid a finger on her. We were in love. I helped her with everything. Even with her chores. Rose and...
That's quite enough. Eddie, you are obviously upset. And you are not helping, David. Angus, will you please take the young master upstairs?
As you say, Mom.
I think you have caused quite enough disruption here. We shall settle this heritage dilemma first thing tomorrow.
I don't think so. I have more questions now than ever. About my father, the maid, this whole damn house.
Have a care, David. Need I remind you of your father's temper?
I would never.
Given the current mental state of Master Eddie, who should be a part of the heritage considerations, any discussion on the topic would be futile at this point. Would you not agree?
Thank you, Leah. Maybe it's a good thing you're here after all.
Totalmente.
Impudent brats!
What's going on?
Did you notice when Margaret got angry?
When Eddie mentioned chores involving Rose. What does that mean?
It can only have something to do with Lady Rosemary and Aunt Cecilia, and whatever the maid was doing in the attic.
The attic?
I saw the maid coming down the stairs with a tray, but there's nothing up there but an empty room, or so I thought.
Interesting.
Y hasta aquí el episodio de hoy de Black Mirror. Sabemos un poco mejor lo que sucedió a Ilsa, pero aún seguimos con la duda de qué es lo que esconde el ático. Así que bueno, en el próximo episodio es para donde iremos. Muchas gracias, gente. Si os ha gustado, pues agradezco que deis ahí el buen like y nada, nos vemos en el próximo. Un saludo. Chao, chao.